You're the sick sons of bitches that called us terrorists when it was Israel attacking, when it was Israel taking land, when it was Israel slaughtering and slaughtering. When you laugh at a genocide, you are by definition a monster. So don't tell me about any of this crap. And I don't want to hear about anything else anymore about how Israel is the victim. Israel is not within a billion miles of being a victim. They are since 1948, they have attacked all of their neighbors and taken more and more land. That is an absolute certain fact. But they lie to you and they go, oh no, it was the terrorists that they made us take their land. They made us take Gaza. They made us take a huge chunk of the West Bank. They made us go into southern Lebanon. They made us go into western Syria. They made us attack Iran. They didn't make you do any of that. You're an aggressive imperial empire, slaughtering people, committing genocide, so you could have more land. And you could easily do that because you've manipulated all of our politicians. You bought them through AIPAC. And no, I don't care what you say. You definitely bought them. That's exactly what AIPAC did. And anyone who's a fool enough to tell you, no, AIPAC gave out hundreds of millions of dollars, but it didn't affect our politicians. You would have to be a moron of the highest order to say that. You'd have to be the dumbest person in the whole planet to say our crook politicians took hundreds of millions of dollars from AIPAC, but it didn't affect them? Come on, who could be that stupid? Oh, I know, every single mainstream media reporter in America. Every single one of them lies to you on purpose and says, no, AIPAC doesn't have any influence. AIPAC, oh, don't say it, anti-Semite. No, you guys are anti-Palestinian, anti-Muslim racist and bigots. You don't care about Muslim lives. You don't care about Muslim lives at all. So when Palestinians are slaughtered, what is it gonna take, 18,000 kids? 180,000 kids? You don't care about them at all. Whenever Israel slaughters, you go, terrorists, they had it coming. And you do their propaganda for self-defense. 2 years later, self-defense, they declared in their cabinet that they're taking all of Gaza. It was always about the land. Does anybody on CNN or MSNBC or Fox News say that? No, they never say it. They lie to you on purpose to help Israel steal more land in the Middle East, and they claim it's self-defense. Self-defense, my ass. It's a goddamn genocide. And yes, Muslim lives matter. We're also human beings. The only human beings on this planet aren't Israelis. They're not some special benighted superhumans. Oh my God, if they die, we all have to say, oh, we bow down to you. But if Muslims die, right? That's what American media does. That's what American politicians do. I'm so sick of our lives not mattering. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of everyone has to grovel to Israel. But the minute you ask someone, can you be a decent human being and care about the Palestinians? They go, anti-Semite. No, F you. You're the one who hates Muslims. And American media, you are guilty. You're the ones who got the whole country, my whole life, to hate me, to hate my Muslim family, to hate all Muslims across the world. You're the sick sons of bitches that called us terrorists when it was Israel attacking, when it was Israel taking land, when it was Israel slaughtering and slaughtering. How many times? Every war, Israel kills 100 times the civilians. This time they kill 1,000 times the civilians. Doesn't count. What does the American media say in their infinite racism? They say it's always the Muslims' fault. It's always the Palestinians' fault. They say stupid crap like, oh no, the Palestinians can't govern themselves. They're violent, terrorist savages. They can never govern themselves. They're inferior to the Israelis. You don't say that, but you imply that every time. What, the Palestinians are the only people on earth who can't govern themselves? No, you're deeply racist if you say that. Do you understand? No, every cable news anchor, every reporter at the New York Times, every reporter at the Washington Post, you're all deeply racist against Muslims. And you have gotten this country to hate us. It's totally your fault. And you've gotten the country to believe that 1.6 billion Muslims are America's enemies, that we're the violent savages. You're sick. You're disgusting. I can't stand it anymore. Can you, for once in your life, treat a Muslim life the same as an Israeli life? And the answer for mainstream media in America is hell no. They're never gonna do it. Never. They hate Muslims and they drive hatred towards Muslims because Israel needs more land. They need more of Gaza. Are you gonna report accurately that they voted to take Gaza? It was never about self-defense. They took Gaza. They voted on that. Have you said it? No, I mentioned it on page A17. But I don't want anybody to find out Israel's the aggressor. Israel's a moral army. Israel's doing self-defense. So it's dirty Muslims that are attacking. I'm sick of it. F all of you in American media. F all of you for driving that hatred against 1.5 billion people, all to serve your beloved Israel. I know I'm the one who's being terrible anti-Semite. How could you say something against Israel? Israel is the Jewish state, the greatest state of all, right? I don't care that they're Jewish. I wish they weren't. I wish they had a safe haven for Jews that didn't constantly attack their neighbors.
It's called
that
America.
Didn't occupy their neighbors. I want a safe haven, but they don't want a safe haven. They want more land. It's called Greater Israel. It's a map that hangs in their cabinet. It's not like they're hiding it. Why don't you report it? Because no, anti-Semitic. That's an excuse they use to drive hatred towards Muslims so that Israel can accomplish their objectives. And I'm just, as you can tell, had all I could take.
Yeah,
you know
same.
what happened, Anna, sorry.
Same.
So one of our members, History Speaks, wrote in about this story that just came out in the last hour in the Washington Post. I couldn't believe it, so I looked it up. It's true. Sorry, guys. Obviously, I'm enraged here. I got to a point where I can't take it anymore. Does my life matter? Does my life matter? Does my family's life matter? Okay, here's what Israel did according to the Washington Post in Iran. There's an audio recording that the Washington Post has gotten. It says in the recording that Israeli intelligence calls Iranian generals and they say, I can advise you now, you have 12 hours to escape with your wife and child. Otherwise, you're on the list right now, on our list right now. And an Israeli intelligence operative told a senior Iranian general close to the country's rulers, according to the audio recording. The operative then suggested that Israel could train weapons on the general and his family at any moment. Quote, we're closer to you than your own neck vein. Put this in your head. May God protect you, he said. So look, you want to do psyops? You want to threaten their generals? I get it. You call up and say, we're going to murder your children. You know what? Who does that? Terrorists do that. Absolute stone cold terrorists do that. And have they murdered their children? Yes. I mean, in Gaza, there's 17,000 dead kids. And in Iran, do you know that they murdered their scientists in front of a kindergarten earlier? They have no qualms. They murder civilians, they murder scientists, they murder kids. They murdered over 200 innocent civilians in their first bombing raid. But with American media, it never matters because those are just Muslim lives. And you could threaten to murder Muslim children, and as long as it's beloved moral army Israel, they'll say, oh, it's great, it's wonderful, they're our special ally. So no, that is not a special ally. It is a despicable government, despicable. I wondered what I would have done if I was around during the Holocaust. I do not wonder anymore. I would have fought it with everything I had. And as the media probably would have said, well, look, the Germans had to defend themselves. They had to defend themselves. It's the fault of the other people. They were threatening Germany's expansion. And Germany had to expand for self-defense. And that is what they said, that it was for self-defense. And so I'm sick of your expansion, I'm sick of your wars, and I'm sick of us having to pay for all of your atrocities.